Good day, ladies and gentlemen. A new edition of Africa Today. And we started with Egypt, as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Monday have received the President of Eritrea, Isaias Afwerki, who is paying an official visit to Egypt. Presidential spokesman Mohammed Shenawi said that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and President Isaias Afwerki will hold bilateral talks over enhancing bilateral ties between countries, as well as tackling regional and international issues of mutual concern. He said that during the President Sisi stressed keenness to develop trade, economic and investment cooperation between the two sides. He reiterated Cairo's stance in supporting of Eritrea's stability and sovereignty. For his part, the Eritrean president praised developing ties with Egypt, expressing keenness to deepen efforts, boosting ties and achieving common interests. The meeting discussed regional and international developments and development of the Horn of Africa region. In this regard, President Sisi said the security of the Horn of Africa is part of the Egyptian national security. Welcome back, and now to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear Her Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Our pleasure. Your Excellency, how do you see the timing of the official visit by the Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki to Egypt?
Of course, the relations between Egypt and Eritrea have strengthened during the past years because of the concerns over the Red Sea security and as you mentioned, regional geopolitical shifts that happened in the Bab el-Mandab and in the Red Sea. That is why there is a very strategic importance for Egypt to develop its relations with countries bordering the Horn of Africa in the Red Sea corridor.
Yes. And how do you expect the talks between the Eritrean President and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to advance the long-term vision for Egypt and Eritrea partnership beyond the security cooperation seen in the previous years between the two countries, Egypt and Eritrea?
As you know, during the past year, in October 2025, the Eritrean president visited Egypt, and in this visit there was a lot of talks on deepening bilateral relations and regional security in the Horn of Africa, and also Red Sea navigation and relationship with Eritrea and Somalia. So the two presidents in October decided that they will increase the maritime and the trade between the two countries, and this has happened already during the visit of Dr. Abdelati, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who has also signed a memorandum of understanding to maintain stability in the Horn of Africa and to have direct extension of Egyptian national security. As you mentioned, that it is of Egyptian national security. So the Egyptian minister have visited Eritrea, and they with the business representatives. They met with Isaias Afwerki, and they explored commercial partnership and priority sectors for Egyptian companies to to invest in, whether it is mining, transport, pharmaceuticals, or fisheries. And of course, Egypt offered to hold courses for capacity building and training for the Eritrean cadres.
Yes.
So there has been a lot of bilateral cooperation, and also there was a trade delegation in May, high-level delegation who came in May 2026 and met with high-level in Egypt, high-level representatives in Egypt.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, how is the continuity or the prolonging of war is impacting the Horn of Africa, African countries especially, the states in the Horn of Africa, and especially with regards to the food security in Africa?
Yes, of course, it is important for the three countries who are bordering in the sea to have a joint maritime security pact that will help them to connect the ports and boost logistics and significantly increase the bilateral trade. So Egypt is providing major commodities and pharmaceuticals to the Egyptian market and also to Somalia. So there is a tripartite alliance to coordinate regional security and also to provide to face the landlocked Ethiopian territorial ambitions in the region. They want to oppose this the Ethiopian wish to be part of the Red Sea.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Our pleasure. Thank you so much, Your Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. We really had the honor to have this phone with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the 52nd African Insurance Organizations Conference was held in Cairo on Sunday. The chief of the Egyptian Insurance Companies Union was chosen to assume the event's rotating presidency in order to succeed Ethiopia for the second time in 20 years.
The 52nd African Insurance Organization AIO conference was held in Cairo. The event was hosted by the Egyptian Insurance Federation under the patronage of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and the Financial Regulatory Authority. The event brought together senior African and Egyptian officials, including AIO President Yarid Mola and Mohammed Farid, Minister of Investment and Foreign Trade. Minister of Planning and Economic Development Ahmed Rustam addressed the event. He emphasized that rapid global and regional geopolitical shifts require building more resilient economies. He noted that the African economies have demonstrated exceptional recovery despite repeat talks, with real GDP growth reaching 4.4% in 2025 and 22 countries surpassing 5% growth. He highlighted the insurance sector's transformation into a driver of economic growth and financial stability. He pointed out that Africa's insurance market contributes only 2% of GDP, despite holding $320 billion in assets. He said greater integration could mobilize long-term savings and fund major infrastructure projects. Rustam also underlined Egypt's success in maintaining macroeconomic stability, with growth rising to 5.2% in 2025-2026. He cited strong performance in Egypt's insurance sector, supported by the new unified insurance law, and reaffirmed the government's commitment to reforms, diversification of financing, and deeper African cooperation to build robust financial systems across the continent.
Now, with Sudan as a drone strike hit a market in central Sudan on Saturday, killing 11 civilians and wounding dozens others. The rights group Emergency Lawyers made the statement as escalating aerial attacks deepen to toll of one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. The attack targeted the main market in Abu Zina, a paramilitary controlled town in North Kordofan state. The group has documented abuses since fighting erupted in April 2023 between the army and the paramilitary rapid support forces. The group did not specify who carried out the attack. Nigeria's security forces have freed 360 men, women and children from a mountain hideout where they were being held by kidnappers in Bomo state in its northeast. The military have said the release came after the intelligence operation. The details in the following report.
The government of Nigeria has struggled for years to tackle insecurity, ranging from her-farmer conflicts across its center to kidnapping gangs, militants and community defense militia that operate across northern states. On Sunday, the Nigerian security forces said they freed 360 people, including women and children, who were being held by a militant group. They were captured from various communities in the area over an unspecified period. The operation, according to the army statement, was conducted in the Mandara Mountains, which form a part of the militant group stronghold. It resulted in the release of several people who had been abducted across different communities in Borno. The rescue operation was carried out by a major task force that includes special forces, who forced the group fighters to abandon their positions. The military said 2 children who were in captivity died due to exhaustion and the impact of the harsh environment that the hostages were held in. Analysts say the widespread kidnappings and the ever-expanding presence of armed groups across Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, are likely to be key issues in the run-up to the presidential election in January.
The Democratic Republic of Congo said the number of confirmed Ebola cases had increased to 288. The government data have showed that the confirmed cases include 86 deaths. More in the following report.
Health authorities in the DRC believe the new Ebola outbreak, which took the eastern region of Congo by surprise after spreading silently for weeks without detection, started in the bustling mining area of Mongbualo in Ituro province. Mongbualo has emerged as the epicenter of the rare Bundibugyo type. The town attracts large numbers of laborers who work in large gold mines with muddy pools of gold deposits, narrow pits and caves. They live in low-income areas, including crowded camps, and have little access to proper health protocols. The conditions increase the possibility of transmitting the disease, which spreads through close contact with bodily fluids. There also has been widespread skepticism regarding the disease, making the job of medical treatment more difficult. Congolese authorities have confirmed 488 cases, including 86 deaths. Last week, the Central African nation recorded 71 cases in a day, which authorities said is a sign of active community transmission. The rare Bundibugyo type had no approved vaccines or treatment, so health workers have been targeting symptoms. The government said at least 5 people have recovered from Ebola since the outbreak was officially confirmed by Congo's Ministry of Health on May 15.
While South Africa will crack down on groups behind xenophobia violence. The statement was made by President Cyril Ramaphosa, said on Sunday amid anti-immigrant protests. Ghana, Nigeria, Malawi and Mozambique are repatriating some of their citizens up in the protests, which have sometimes turned violent. Mozambique has said 5 of its citizens were killed. Xenophobic attacks are a recurring problem in South Africa, where immigrants are often blamed for economic woes, such as high unemployment and crime. Defenders of migrants say such accusations are unfair and exploited by populist politicians. With this, we come to the end of our program Africa Today. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.